Welcome back, guys. You're watching Entrepreneur, and it is good to finally be back. I've been off for about 2 weeks. I actually moved across the country and got my own apartment. So for all of you guys wondering where the content has been, I've just been taking a bit of a break to handle some personal things. But now we are back in action, back on the schedule with everything. So you guys can look forward to more daily content coming from the channel. So jumping into today's video, I wanted to focus on a few news stories that we'll take a look at a little later on. But to start off with some technical analysis, because I know we've seen quite a drop in the last 24 hours in the market. So just taking a look at CoinMarketCap to start off. Obviously, Bitcoin took quite a hit within the last 24 hours, 2 days or so. Went from 7,400 to 6,400. So about shaved $1,000 off of the price. And is now looking at quite a lower price point. So regarding some of the coins that are doing well, not a ton, but as you can see, MCO is up 8%. Gas is actually up about 2%, which is good. But then if we look on the other side of things, a lot of things are seeing, double digit drops. So some of those, Bitcoin Diamond, obviously down 26% after a pretty large pump it actually had yesterday. And then if we can continue to move down, we have a few other pretty solid projects that have taken 10 to 20% hits. It's not going to show it here because they've started to recover a little bit, but a lot of these coins have taken, 10, 15% drops in the last 24 hours. As you can see, Zilliqa at 3.7 cents. We have Icon at 73 cents. So a lot of the coins that we focus on this channel have taken quite a hit. But of course, with drops in price, always present new opportunities to enter into a possible trade. So jumping into Bitcoin, let's get the overall focus on the overall, my feeling on Bitcoin right now. If we're looking at the daily chart, this is where I'm struggling right now. So on the daily chart right now, we are seeing a basic reverse in momentum, a bearish reverse in momentum. So I want you guys to pay attention really quick. For those of you guys who don't know what the MACD is, it basically shows the overall momentum as well as can show reverses in trends. So on the daily, we're looking at this blue line basically being a bullish indicator when it crosses up and over the orange line, and when it crosses down below the orange line, that is a bearish indicator. And right now, we're getting that cross towards the downside, showing that the momentum is starting to push long-term down on Bitcoin. So not necessarily a good sign to see at the point that we're at right now, because we're currently at a pretty low level already. So hopefully what happens is we push down to maybe 5,700 to 6,000 again and bounce off that support level that we've seen within the last 6 months or so. Because what I'm afraid of happening is going below those levels, which could result in a pretty large bloodbath across the markets, not only with Bitcoin, but with all of the altcoins as well. And we've really already seen some really low prices, especially from the altcoin side of things. So that's what I'm struggling with on the daily chart. But getting into the 4 hour, things are starting to look good. MACD is starting to curve up. We're seeing a little less of momentum in the seller side action, but overall, we're really not seeing any strong push towards the upside yet. If you had gotten in at the bottom of this right around 6,300, you'd be up around 2.5% so far. So not a bad price to get in at. Again, I'm most likely going to wait a little bit more, wait until we get down to maybe 6,000, 5,700, 5,800, because I do think it is plausible to be down towards that area. Strictly basing things off the daily chart, I think we could move down there. But if not, then I think the level that we're currently at does show some support for an overall reversal in trend due to the fact that this could be a higher low that we're starting to make. So what I would recommend to all you guys trading, focus on the 1 hour to 4 hour charts. Right now, especially when you're in bearish territory, you really don't want to be messing around with the 5-minute charts, trying to scalp quick trades, just because when it's an overall bearish tone in the market, you really don't want to be risking your capital when things are heading down for the most part. So, and if you guys want to get my daily market analysis, which is free, go ahead and join our free Facebook group. You guys can find that in the description. I put out a free daily market analysis for all you guys, going over, some of the stories in a little brief paragraph, as well as 3 to 5 of the top swing trades that I'm looking at for the day, as well as my analyst recommendation for, what do I recommend with trading for the day. So just a little free thing I started to do. I want to, provide more content for you guys that is free. So I decided to do this daily market analysis for you guys. So again, you guys can get that in the free Facebook group. And of course, I'll be sending that out in our free Facebook Telegram, as well as our Facebook group as well. So moving on to some of the stories. Why exactly did we see such a drop in price? So Coinbase is looking into a crypto ETF and may have some help from Wall Street. Now, this is actually a positive article that I want to address after we address the next article. But this can open up your eyes to how markets can be manipulated, how we have these two stories which are on opposite sides of the spectrum, but we had such a large sell-off in the market. So story that I want to cover is Goldman Sachs drops plans to open crypto trading desk. So Goldman Sachs is halting its plans to open a cryptocurrency trading desk, reported on September 5th. So yesterday, when that drop happened, citing sources familiar with the matter. So the bank's plans to create a crypto-focused unit by the end of June 2018, which obviously didn't happen. June was had already passed, were originally reported by Bloomberg, with sources claiming that Goldman Sachs aims to become the first large Wall Street firm to make markets in cryptocurrencies. Now, I can definitely see this still happening, which is why it's actually kind of funny that this story came out, because I don't think that they're halting plans. Overall, I think this could, there could be some manipulation behind this story. Goldman Sachs could have easily just came out with this story in order to drive prices down so that they could pick prices up at low prices, because they do have quite an influence over the markets. Okay, large institutions, since that's what everybody's eyes are focused on right now, do have a large influence over the markets. As we can see, we shaved off $1,000 in price just from this story, as well as some other matters as well. So now Business Insider reports, citing unnamed sources, that the bank has lowered the priority of this project as the regulatory environment in the crypto industry remains unclear. I think a lot of people took this in the wrong way. Goldman Sachs is not saying we don't want to be involved in crypto. It's really just they have not reached a conclusion on the scope of how they can offer digital assets, because there's no regulation yet around how institutions can get involved completely in the way that they want to get involved. But a lot of people are taking this almost as if Goldman Sachs doesn't want to be involved with cryptocurrency. If you guys don't know, Circle, the company Square that owns Circle Invest, Circle Pay, they are actually coming out with a USDT alternative, and they also have Circle Invest, and Goldman Sachs is actually a pretty large investor in that company. So I don't think this should be taken as Goldman Sachs is no longer going to be in cryptocurrency in general. I really just think that this could have been either one, manipulation, or two, just letting everybody know that the trading desk may come, but it's not the first priority right now, which makes sense because the regulations have not been decided by the governments. So, but yeah, just want to let you guys know that's most likely why we saw some of this price movement within the last 24 hours. But looking on to this story right here, Coinbase is looking into a crypto ETF and may have some help from Wall Street. Okay, so it's official. Coinbase is looking into a crypto ETF and has asked Wall Street giant BlackRock for help. So if you guys don't know what BlackRock Capital is, they create a ton of ETFs, and it's a pretty large investment bank. So according to Business Insider, Coinbase is looking to create a crypto ETF. The exchange has held recent talks with representatives from within BlackRock's blockchain working group to look at a way to launch the ETF. The blockchain working group started in 2015, a fairly well-established history given the nascent crypto industry. The group's goal is to identify ways to implement blockchain technology into financial services, hence why Coinbase has consulted them. It remains unclear as to whether these talks were a one-off or if consultation will continue. But back in March, Coinbase announced that it was actually launching a crypto index fund geared towards institutional investors, which they have launched, and led to obvious speculation about ETFs. Would be one involving multiple cryptocurrencies rather than just Bitcoin. But other such ETFs have been proposed, including Bitwise Asset Management, which would track their Hold 10 crypto index fund. Earlier this week, crypto aficionados, I forgot what that word is. Now I forget how to pronounce it, but we're tantalized with the promise of an ETF coming to fruition after the SEC appointment of crypto-positive Republican Elad Roisman. The appointee has made comments in the past suggesting a favorable outlook on cryptocurrencies, even going as far as to say that he wouldn't want regulation hindering their growth. And I completely agree with this. I mean, guys, I've said it before, innovation drives regulation. Regulation does not drive innovation. No matter what it's always been, innovation always prospers, and the government cannot shut down innovation. Okay, so for all of you guys that are like trying to make a quick buck in cryptocurrency, that's great, but you also have to keep in mind it's going to be a lot easier if you adopt a long-term mind frame in this space. Because when you do that, the game changes, guys. It really does. So I just wanted to bring this article to you because I think it's interesting seeing how this ETF story has really hindered the growth of Bitcoin, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, at least in 2018. That's really the thing that people are so focused on all the time. And I think it's a lot of different aspects, but of course this is going to help a ton. And Coinbase, as well as any other Wall Street institution that does bring an ETF to the space, is going to help cryptocurrency and the market in general continue its growth. So again, guys, just wanted to recap at the end of this video on my overall feeling today for trading. Again, I would stick to the 1 hour for the most part. Just try to get some, good prices picked up here. I would be careful though. Right now, I would not buy until we see some type of movement. One thing I was really paying attention to is we were getting rejected from the 200-day moving average on the 5-minute. And then if we take it, to the 30-minute as well, we're kind of just, we broke above some of the moving averages, the 10-day and the 25-day that we have here, but we're really not seeing any growth that we need to see. Okay, we've kind of just been moving sideways for a good amount of time now. So if we don't see any more growth, I could see us, entering into deeper waters when it comes to dropping a little bit further, possibly, like I said, to 5,700 to 6,000, where hopefully we would start to reverse this momentum that we're seeing on the daily chart on the MACD. So hopefully we can see some positive signs from Bitcoin and cryptocurrency within the next 24 hours. But if not, then I will see you guys tomorrow for another video, and we will address what exactly the market has to offer then. So for those of you guys who did not catch this halfway through the video, we are offering a free daily market analysis sent to the our free Facebook group, as well as our free Telegram chat. So if you guys want to get that every single day, basically our overall feeling on the market every day, top 3 to 5 swing trades for the day, as well as our recommendation for how to trade that day, definitely go join our free Facebook group and our free Telegram chat, and look forward to seeing you guys there. All right. Good to be back, and thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys are all looking forward to the content that is going to be coming within the next few weeks. All right. Have a good one, guys.